Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how you can easily make this cute paper heart basket. And when I say easy, I mean this only takes 3 sheets of cardstock. So it's super easy and only uses a few supplies. But this is going to be great for adding in like candy or small gifts for Valentine's Day, which is just around the corner. But make sure that you grab the free SVG file from my blog at svgnation.com, and you are going to find a link in the video description that will take you directly there, as well as links to the supplies that I'm using in case you want to check any of those out. So once you have that uploaded to Cricut Design Space, go ahead and add that to your canvas. And if yours looks a little larger than mine, that's okay. I'm just zoomed out to 50% so that you can see everything, so that's probably why. But the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and ungroup your layers. And then from there, you'll see that there are some lines on these sides. So these are going to be our score lines. If you don't have a scoring tool or you're not using one today, then you're going to want to delete these lines. And all you're going to do is just click right here. They're grouped together and you can just delete that. But if you do have a scoring tool, I recommend using it. So go ahead and change those with me. We're going to change the operation to score. And then if you just click on this layer right above it, that's going to group it with that piece that you need to attach it to. So you're just going to click attach. And now let's repeat this right here. So we're just clicking on that group of lines, changing that to score, and then clicking right above to attach that. And that is everything. This box is ready to go. So go ahead and click on Make It, and you can go ahead and cut everything out. But if you are using a scoring tool, go ahead and look at your mats and make sure you do see those score lines where they're supposed to be. If they're on a different mat, then it probably means you didn't attach it, so you'll have to go back and attach it. But go ahead and add in your scoring tool that you're using and go ahead and cut everything out, and then I'll show you how to assemble this. All right, so once you have everything cut out, go ahead and line these two side pieces up together, and each of them have this little extra tab piece on the side. So make sure that you line them up going the same way, where you have one tab piece on each of the sides, since this is how you're going to connect them. So we're going to go ahead and glue one of them on top of each other to create one big piece. And if you use a scoring tool, you'll see that score line, and that's where you want to line that up with. You don't want to actually fold on that score line. This one is just for a guide, but we are going to fold on a few of the others. So go ahead and line that up. And you can use that brayer tool to really help you get those pressed in smooth. That's going to help a lot. Maybe flip it over, smooth it down some more. Okay. And then once you have that glued, go ahead and fold in on all of these little tab pieces right here. And it really doesn't matter like which side this is flipped over on right now. But whatever side you want the inside to be, this is going to be the inside. So fold up towards that. All right, and once you've done that, go ahead and grab your two hearts and go ahead and line those up. So one of these hearts is just slightly larger than the other. It's barely a difference, but one is larger, and the larger one is the one you want to keep, and then put the smaller one aside. So right now I have the larger heart, and then I've got this piece that's all glued together. Now if you use your scoring tool, you're going to see right here where there's a line to fold on. So with these being on the inside, you want to fold the opposite way on that score line. Now, if you didn't use the scoring tool, what you're doing is you're just folding this in half right here. So it's going to be like right, you want to make sure it's right in between like these little tab pieces going through here. Because this is going to be right here, our point of the heart. So you want to start with attaching these two, the two that are on each side of the point. So just add a little bit of glue. And now you're just going to line those up right there with the point of the heart. You're going to kind of have to look around and see exactly where to line those up. And you can just kind of slide them in place. And make sure you push in to get that point in place. And we will be wrapping these around to create that heart shape. But you really want to start with these 2 points first. Make sure you get a good point in that middle so that you really can see the heart shape. And once those are give it a second to kind of dry, and then you're going to work your way around. I'll go ahead and start with the shorter side. So I'm just going to add some glue, kind of lift it up a little, if I can get in here. And I'm just going to do a couple of these tab pieces at a time. You don't want to do too many at a time, so I'll just do like 3 of them. And I'm going to place these in place. So now if you use a hot glue for this, you don't necessarily have to hold them down as much in place. It's going to attach really quick, but it's going to be a lot harder to kind of slide them into place because once you attach them, they pretty much stick. So that's just kind of why I like to use a craft glue instead, even though it takes a little bit more time with having to hold them down. Now my cat is so noisy in the background. I'm sorry about that. Okay, and after you give those a chance to set, just go ahead and finish the last 2. And you are doing your best to line these up with the edge of that heart. So once you have that side all attached, we're going to repeat the same thing with this whole long side. So again, I'm just kind of doing 3 of these pieces at a time. You don't want to do too many because it makes it a little more difficult to work with. So once you get to the point where you're around this point right here, you're going to notice that there is another score line. So I've just got 2 that I still need to glue down, but I'm going to go ahead and fold that before it gets too difficult to fold. And again, you'll just have to kind of fold on your own if you didn't use these score lines. But that's going to make it much easier to know exactly where to fold if you use them. And then you can continue to glue, and that point should line up right there with that point. So you're just going to continue to glue these down just as we have been. And this is a pretty large basket, and I did want it that way so that you can fit a decent amount of things in here. But if for some reason you just wanted like a really small basket, you can resize this. Just when it's in Cricut Design Space, just make sure you have all your layers selected and you have that proportions thing locked, and then you can just drag it and make it smaller if you just wanted a little basket. So as we get to the end, you're going to see we're going to glue that on top of each other, but I'm just going to go ahead and finish with all of these first. And I want this part on the inside, so as I glue that down, I'm going to place that on the inside. Let's just glue these last 2 down before we attach that. Alright, so once you've made your way around, you're just using, again, that as a guide, that score line. You don't actually want to fold there, just kind of using that as a guide for where to attach these. Probably just want to like press down on this really well, really make sure that attaches really well. And so just like that, you've got a nice kind of heart basket. We still want to add this heart to the inside to cover those tab lines. So I'm going to just glue this down. So once you have plenty of glue on that, just go ahead and drop this to the bottom. And as you drop it down, just press it down really well. And it is all symmetrical, so it really doesn't matter which side that you glue down. Either side is going to work, and you're just going to press that down just to cover up those little tab pieces to make it look like a nice finished basket. And then we're just going to add our handle. Alright, so I'm just going to add a little glue to this right here so we can glue this handle down. So I'm just going to put this on one side, kind of up far enough so that I don't cover up these hearts. And hold that down for a minute just to let it attach. If you need to kind of flip your box over, get it a nice good press. And now I'm going to add glue to the other side and go ahead and glue this down to the other side, just kind of up high so that I don't cover any of those holes. And you can use hot glue for this part if you don't want to sit and wait for it to dry, if you just want it to dry quickly. Now you have a cute heart basket. It's plenty big. You can fill it with just about anything. So that's what's fun about this, is you've got a lot of space for it. But if you guys have any questions like on how to make this or anything, you guys can ask those in the comments and I'll answer them there. And if you're watching, make sure to say hi or something. I love to hear from you guys. I love to know who's here and watching. And of course, it helps to grow our channel as well whenever you leave like a like or a comment on the video. So I'd appreciate that. If you want to see more videos like this, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. But look how cute all of that is. Easily fit a bunch of things in the basket and it could easily carry it all. But thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.